Welcome to HealthQuest. I'm Dr. Robert Stashko, and I will be your guide as we venture into the world of health and natural wellness. As Albert Schweitzer once said, we are at our best when we give the doctor inside us a chance to go to work. So let's get started. Feel free to email me at susquehannachiro@yahoo.com. During the show, we will also give you tips on how to get and stay healthy. So when we come back, we will get to the emails. We have a number of email questions that have just come in. The first question is, Dr. Stashko, my question is a two-part. First, is all the talk about cell phone use being bad for your health true? And second, if it's true, is there any way to protect ourselves? Well, this is a very good question because in this day and age, the one thing in the last 10 to 15 years that has been really different and impacting our health has been all these electromagnetic frequencies. We just don't know what adverse effects can be with these frequencies. There are a number of studies out both in this country and internationally, but the verdict is still not out on whether the safety or precautions that should be taken should really be looked at. My view on this is very simple. It's best to err on the side of caution. I tell my patients all the time, since we do not know the potential side effects, let's do things to protect our body in case 10 or 15 years down the line we do find out, as they're saying, possibly brain tumors, possibly leukemias, different types of conditions that affect the central nervous system. The bottom line is they're potential conditions that we just don't know yet. So let's err on the side of caution. Second, is there something we can do to actually protect ourselves? There is. Most people think that putting a cell phone to their head is safe. You are actually receiving microwave radio signals directly into the skull by placing it at the ear at the base of the skull. The best thing to do is, of course, to talk on the cell phone dealing with speakerphone. Keep it at least 6 to 10 inches away from the body, and you minimize the effects of the microwaves for the human body. The best way to protect yourself is through air tube headsets. And this is a whole new concept that many people aren't aware of because most people think by putting an earbud or an earpiece in our ear, we're protecting ourselves. What actually is happening with the earpiece, we are bringing the microwave transmission directly into the ear canal, which goes into the brain. So the air tubes are one of the best ways that we can protect ourselves from these microwave transmissions. And also, we should not wear the cell phones, especially on our hip, because 80% of our red blood cells are made in that particular area of the bone. And also, never put a cell phone in your shirt pocket. The heart runs on electrical activity. And because we're dealing with electromagnetic frequencies that could affect the biofield, which is the heart's rhythm, we do not want to take that chance. I hope that answers your question. The second question we have come in is, Dr. Stashko, this is an immune system question, and the immune system is something that we really, really need to address today. We hear so much about the cardiovascular, the central nervous system, but the immune system is our seek and destroy and surveillance system. And we can do a lot of things to protect ourselves when it comes to our health in reference to helping our immune system be on guard. The question also says, I've always believed that vitamin C during colds and flu season and also taking Echinacea can help. Can this also be very beneficial for the immune system? You bet, because Echinacea has been shown to be the most effective herb in modulating the immune system. What that means is if most immune systems are hyperfunctioning, which would be autoimmune disease, Echinacea can actually modulate and optimize the immune system to work better. If the immune system is run down, Echinacea can actually bring up the body's ability to fight colds and flus more efficiently. Vitamin C has been known for years as the miracle vitamin for most colds and flus, but I caution people on the form of vitamin C they're taking and how it is basically produced. All vitamin C is not alike. When you see on the label ascorbic acid, you are only receiving a fractionated portion of the vitamin C complex. This is not vitamin C in its full complex. It is a fractionated part, and it's very much looked down upon for trying to help the immune system be more optimized. This is a whole system and talk in itself about vitamins that we can get into sometime, because it's very important to understand food-grade vitamins versus synthetic. The third question that we have is a very interesting question, and this question deals with what should I look for when trying to find a natural health care provider? This has been a major problem today because most people don't seek out licensed healthcare practitioners who are licensed in the field of holistic medicine. Most of these people are licensed in acupuncture, naturopathy, and homeopathic medicine. So I tell people all the time, look for the licensing credentials. Look for the postgraduate studies that are done in this field. This field of alternatives and natural medicine is exploding, and most people want ways to stay healthy. We are really sick and tired of the diseases, the different types of conditions that are basically not being controlled, because we have to get back to what health really is. If the body is working properly, it is amazing, as I mentioned earlier, Albert Schweitzer's quote, what the body can do with the doctor that resides within each and every one of us. And one thing about Echinacea is that the amazing fact that it will optimize your immune system. It will help to regulate whether the immune system is overactive or underactive. Giving it to the body will know what to do with it. And that's what's amazing with herbs, is that the body can take what it needs to do, and it seems to know what it needs to expound upon when it comes to health and wellness. The interesting about Echinacea, too, it's the second most common herb in Chinese medicine that's used. I mean, there's a lot of herbs when you study Chinese medicine, but Echinacea happens to be number 2 in the Chinese herbal prescriptions. And I found that very interesting because of the long-standing types of Chinese medicine that's out there. It's a very, very good substance in Chinese medicine also. Olive leaf is an interesting compound. It's been around for a number of years, but we use it in a tincture form, which allows the body to absorb it much faster. What's really unique about olive leaf extract is that it increases the amount of white blood cells during infection, which helps kill the infection, and it also turns on the body's natural killer cells. And this is really unique because when these particular cells are working, there really isn't many type of microbes that can survive. And again, the herb is not killing the microbe. The body is doing it. And that's what's so wonderful about using these. There really are no side effects and there's no lethal doses because you're giving things that the body can modulate as it needs to. Also, olive leaf has been used topically also for skin infections, different types of dermatitises. Besides working internally, it also is a very good topical antibacterial and antimicrobial. That brings us to a very interesting subject on silver. Silver is a compound, it's a metal that basically is used as the world's most balanced natural antibiotic. It has over 50 to 60 different antibacterial type properties, and what's amazing about silver is that if people are on antibiotics, it will also enhance the effect of prescription antibiotics. But what's really unique also is that it is not resistant to bacterial infections. The bacteria do not become resistant to this particular type of treatment. Many antibiotics that are on the market today, after a period of time, the bacteria become resistant and the infection grows rampant. The neat thing about silver also is that you can use it topically, you can use it as a spray into the nasal area. Anywhere there's infection within the body, silver can go because of its antimicrobial effects. The thing I caution people about silver, however, again, this is why a licensed healthcare practitioner should always regulate the case, is that if you use the wrong form of silver, a colloidal form that has high parts per million of the silver, you can create a condition called agraria, which is a silver skin or blue skin condition, which is a permanent problem. Therefore, people should take caution in going out there and buying colloidal silver and not knowing the parts per million and what it's being used for. There also are certain machines out there that people can make their own colloidal silver. I really caution them against that because there can be some adverse effects that are permanent in this particular type condition. These particular substances are amazing because all of them that I mentioned, Echinacea, olive leaf extract, and silver, do not destroy the normal flora, which is in our intestinal tract. And this is an important thing because we have more good bacteria in our intestine. If our body is working properly, then bad. But these probiotics you see out there today, again, are not destroyed by these particular herbal agents. Most antibiotics will kill all bacteria, including the good bacteria that's found in the intestinal tract. And that's what I find so interesting with these substances, because they really help to not do that. Before we end this segment, I would like to go back to the cell phone question that was answered earlier. There are two major websites that I would like you to go on. One is called magdadavis.com. And this particular website is really interesting because this is a PhD in Canada that has done extensive research on the pros and cons of cell phones, and actually researched a lot of the potential dangers that we talked about briefly. You'll find some amazing studies that were done by her, and it is truly a scientific website to show that there is some science behind what's going on. And Canada seems to be a very leading country in looking at the potential dangers of cell phones. I think you'll find that website chock full of research and different types of things that you can read about, and it's quite fascinating, so I really feel it's a great website. The second website is www.smart-safe.com, and this website is unique because it gives you more precautions that you can take to protect yourself. Because like I mentioned earlier, we're just not sure of the potential dangers that these microwave transmissions can cause to the human organism. And again, there's some studies on this site too, but what's really neat about this site, there's a lot more talking about the air tube headsets, which I covered briefly, and why it's a need to use those if you're going to be on your cell phone a lot. And again, most of us are going to keep using cell phones, so why not do things to protect yourself? And this website also goes some things that I didn't cover, talks about things that I didn't cover when it comes to some more precautions that you can do also. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a magic food that will really help the immune system. On this segment, we're going to talk about a food that is very important for your health, because ultimately the best source of our vitamins and minerals should come from our foods. One of the most universal foods for your immune system, since we're talking about the immune system a lot tonight, has been garlic. Garlic has been known for years as a Russian penicillin, or the most natural antibiotic in a food family that we can have. Garlic has also been known to help lower blood pressure, to help with high cholesterol, and to work on numerous immune type challenges the body goes through. The important thing though is to know what is the active ingredient in garlic. Garlic has two main substances. One is called allicin. Allicin happens to be the active ingredient that allows garlic to do all these wonderful things that we talked about. But also garlic has sulfur, which is a mineral, and minerals activate vitamins. Sulfur has been known for years to work as a liver detoxifier. And also sulfur is the reason why garlic makes people lose friends. But garlic is very important to understand how we take garlic and how we actually help our immune system. First, I have a sample of the food itself, which is the garlic clove. This particular clove has the active ingredients of sulfur and also the allicin component. But here's the trick. In order to get the medicinal benefit of the pure garlic, you must slice the clove and ingest it within 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't do that, you will lose the effect of the allicin due to enzyme actions on this particular type of substance. And this is a very important thing to know. Otherwise, the garlic is good to season your food, but you are not going to get the medicinal benefits of the active ingredient if you do not ingest it, and you must slice it. If you take this garlic clove and you chop it up or grind it up, it is immediately inactive of the medicinal benefit. So therefore it just becomes a seasoning for most foods. Garlic powder, which we have here, which many people sprinkle on their spaghetti or their ravioli, this has absolutely no medicinal benefits. And the reason for it is it's a seasoning. There's processing, there's different types of additives and preservatives put in this. So the garlic salt or garlic powder is basically just to season your foods. You will not get the cholesterol lowering effects, the blood pressure lowering effects, and of course the antimicrobial effects because of the processing. So we can eat garlic in its natural form if we slice the clove and eat it relatively soon, or if we have a lot of health challenges, such as I mentioned, we can supplement garlic in our diet. And unfortunately today, it would be great if we can get all of our nutrients from foods, but foods are not foods anymore. And that's a whole issue in itself that we can discuss in some future programs. But Garlic 5000 made by MediHerb is the garlic that I recommend to my patients. Reason being, this is developed by a company in Australia. And in Australia, the neat thing about the supplements coming from there is they have an equivalent of our FDA, which regulates the amount of substance that's in a particular product. So when they say the allicin or alanine compound is in this, it has to be in it because it does not pass the regulations of being released. Unfortunately, in our country, supplementation are not regulated by the FDA. So again, to know what works, you must go to a licensed healthcare practitioner because it's our job to filter through the stuff that works and doesn't. The interesting thing about Garlic 5000 also is that it's 5,000 milligrams. The 5,000 milligrams stands for the amount of active ingredient, the allicin, the alanine compound we were talking about. So 1 to 2 tablets per day will give you the medicinal benefit we talked about. It's amazing the effects of this garlic if we supplement to our diet. Again, patients who are taking medications, we tell them to stay on the drugs, of course, also. But the garlic can actually help modulate and help medications work much more efficiently. The thing that people have to understand is that when they go to a health food store and they look for a garlic supplement, these are the issues we must look for. Does it have the active allicin component? You must read the label and understand the factors you're looking for. And also, can we put this garlic into our diet on a regular basis? You will not lose friends by ingesting Garlic 5000 because it's odorless and there is no taste on the tongue of garlic, which people many times are offended by if you're in a group of people. So it is something that you can take and supplement on a regular basis. The important thing to remember also is that garlic, because of its antimicrobial effects, is something that you can take on a regular basis, just like Echinacea, just like vitamin C. The whole idea with supplementation is to substantiate our immune system's ability to work better. In this world we're living in today with this onslaught of allergens, microbes, and toxins, the more we can do today to help our immune system and our entire body work better, the less chance we have of succumbing to some of the major disease processes that are out there. And again, the people who eat the raw garlic, you're still going to get some benefits if you know to eat it as soon as you cut the clove, which is important. The other important thing we must look at here is that we are going to discuss numerous types of food on shows that we're going to do. But garlic seems to be a universal herb that all of us can take on a regular basis and get the benefits that we want to have from it. I also have a website that goes into more of the specifics on allicin. It's called www.allicin-facts.com. And I suggest that all of you who want to learn more about these medicinal benefits to go on this website. It's very informative and goes into more depth of the biochemistry for those of you who want to learn more about the pharmacological effect of what garlic can do in the body. So I do endorse going on that website and looking at the facts. So get the facts and experience the magic, and we'll be right back.
A company is only as good as the people behind it, like the people who connect you to your friends, family, or anyone else in the world. And with the MetroCast VIP bundle, or any MetroCast service, you can count on them to be there for you 24 hours a day, because they live and work right in your community. And this year, MetroCast brings you more HD channels and even faster internet speeds. Great service and great value. That's MetroCast. Everything. And then some.
Breaking up is hard to do. So when you switch to MetroCast Business Class phone, not only will you get local priority customer service, we'll even handle the breakup with your old phone company. Choose from our basic or unlimited plans with advanced features like hunting and business voicemail, plus your own dedicated account rep. And at just $34.95, you could save up to 20% a month. Local priority service, plus we handle the breakup. MetroCast Business Class phone. Sorry, old phone company, but this is for the best.
Well, we're just about out of time, and I would like to remind you of our email address. That is susquehannacairo@yahoo.com. Please feel free to email me with any questions you might have on other pertinent health issues, any topics, whether it be vitamins, minerals, homeopathics, and we'll be sure to discuss those. And remember, you write your own prescription for your health.